Welcome back. There is a live look outside from our Visit Hood River camera there along the Columbia River Gorge. Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. Even if your child isn't a bookworm yet, there are steps you can take to help them foster a love of reading. Here with tips, we welcome the author of the new book, Carter Avery's Tricky Fourth Grade Year, as well as the beloved Mr. Terupt book series, Rob Buyea. Thank you so much for joining us.
Excited to be with all of you.
You're a great expert on this topic because I know your books are so beloved by so many kiddos, so I'm excited to talk about this with you.
Well, thanks for, I don't know if I'd consider myself an expert, but I'm certainly happy to share a few tips, I guess.
You've tapped into something for sure with kiddos, and I think as a lot of parents and caregivers, the first thing that we can really do for them is to be a reader ourselves.
100%. So as a writer, as an author, oftentimes it's writing advice I'm talking about, and that's one of the big ones. Nobody but a reader becomes a writer. That's a huge thing. And that's, I guess, so this whole thing started for me as a teacher, and entering elementary classroom. I was teaching fourth grade, and when you're ready to become that teacher for the first time, you're developing your, what you believe, what's important to you, and certainly growing passionate readers and writers is something any, aspiring teacher is going to talk about. But I just really felt early on that if I was going to be able to do that, then that meant I needed to be a reader first. And the same is true for writing. I needed to be a writer. So that's really when those pieces of my life took off.
Yeah, setting the example and kind of walking the walk of what you're talking about. Another great idea that you have is tapping into things that we might have in our community, like book events and author readings.
For sure. So, when you have the chance to sit and listen to an author read from their work, it's just different. It's pretty special, and is certainly a way to get kids excited. Many times these events are, there's a lot that go into them sometimes. So that can do a lot as well. So
we have
I was just at an event over the weekend with probably another 40 or 50 other authors, a lot of wonderful colleagues, and the whole festival was just buzzing with energy. And so just getting in that environment is, it gets you excited to want to get the books, read the books, and get excited
super fun.
about
And
it.
we have lots of those things here in Portland. We have such a wonderful reading and writing and creative community, so there's lots of things to tap into. What about a book club for kiddos? What's a great way to introduce that concept?
I'm sorry, I lost the audio for a second.
Oh, can you hear me now? I was asking
Yep.
about if you could introduce kids to a book club somehow.
So I haven't done that personally, but I have had the opportunity to visit with many book clubs who are reading my books, as an example. So some of these are in school, where you have a teacher or teachers that are doing, breakfast before school with books. Others are after school. There are some that are, mother-son, mother-daughter, or, father-son. There's all combinations, or just any parent-child. And those are, a lot of fun that way too. And then with the book club, breakfast in school, you have food or whatever you might do to jazz it up a little bit, or the after-school piece. There's things that you can do at somebody's house. But those, the camaraderie is a big thing too. The important thing is making it fun. And with a book club, that you're going to meet several times, and then maybe there's that one time when you can have the author join, perhaps virtually, or try something like that, which is a really great culminating idea. I would just say that don't swing for the fences right away and think that you're going to have your book club meeting and have all of this really scholarly talk about the book. Kind of take what you can, and don't talk the book to death. Have fun, and then keep the kids wanting to come back, and things will will improve over time.
That's a great suggestion. Just getting together is a win in and of itself. Well, and
Absolutely.
audiobooks can be really fun for kids too. My kids have started checking out audiobooks from the library and they're having so much fun with it.
They are terrific. The readers for some of these audiobooks are just really spectacular. So I'm a huge fan of them. Started with them when I was a teacher. I was trying to keep up with my students and read as many books as I could. So that meant physically reading, but also listening to audiobooks on my way to and from school. And just really fell in love with them at that point. There's some But Not Buddy by Christopher Paul Curtis. It's still one of my very favorites.
That's so great.
So if you've got a 3rd to 5th grader, keep that one on your list and check that one out.
Well, and finding a series that your kids really latch onto, you should just lean into that, right? Because as long as they're reading, I mean, it's such a gift to see them sit down and be so excited about a book.
Yes. Now that so I'm the author of 2 different series now, and so I can speak from that angle that when they really get into book 1, they're sure to move on to the rest of the series. And so the funny thing is, as a reader, there are series that I have read entirely, but many times I'll read book 1 and love it. And there's just so many other books I seem to want to read. I don't always move on, but here I am writing series, so it just seems a little bit ironic. But I do love them. I know that kids absolutely they get hooked on a book, and if there's more, they're always asking for more. So
always.
That's a big one.
Yeah. Hey, Thank you so much for spending some time with us today, Rob. It was really nice chatting with you.
Thanks. It's been a lot of fun. Happy reading to everyone.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, Rob is the author of so many books for kids, including his latest, Carter Avery's Tricky 4th Grade Year, and we'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.